Most people take 5 years to write a book, launch a podcast, and start a business. But my client Kori launched 2 businesses, a podcast, and published a book in less than 12 months. And no, she didn't burn out. She didn't hire a massive team, and she didn't just get lucky. What she had was leverage, and most entrepreneurs don't. So today, I'm breaking down what actually made a year like that inevitable. When Kori first came to me, there was no book, no podcast, no second business. There wasn't even a clear brand. At the time, the concept was called core performance, and it wasn't wrong, it just wasn't scalable.
I mean, the brand was kind of non-existent. I mean, I probably had a few ideas.
She had expertise, she had ambition, she had a vision, but it just wasn't positioned. And positioning is leverage, the decision that changed the trajectory. Like most entrepreneurs, she thought she needed a website.
I had done my homework. Was searching for what I thought initially was like, oh, I need a website. But the more I, sat and thought about it, it was like, no, I need a brand. I need education. I need the whole package to get this thing launched and really feel confident about launching and about getting myself and the company out there.
That shift matters because websites don't create authority, brands do. So we made a decision that changed the trajectory of her entire year. We pivoted from core performance to building a personal brand. Kori McClurg. That's when the leverage started compounding. Was it comfortable? No.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. I mean, I can't tell you the level of anxiety that has been building up to just come to this day, because it's like, this is for real now. You are absolutely putting yourself out there in a very tangible way.
But authority requires ownership, and ownership accelerates momentum. We didn't design a logo, we engineered identity. Now, here's the part that makes a year like that inevitable. We didn't just design something pretty, we engineered Kori's identity. Her monogram wasn't decorative. The overlapping letters symbolized integration, mind and body working together. The dot above the I in Kori wasn't random. It symbolized meticulous detail, and it visually represented mindset, her head-first approach to health. Even the colors were intentional. Orange for energy, yellow for optimism, green for renewal, and blue for trust. Every element reinforced her methodology, not aesthetically, strategically. When your visuals communicate your philosophy without you speaking, you move faster because decisions stop feeling emotional. They start feeling obvious. Business number 1, built on structure, not guesswork. Within 6 months of building that foundation, she launched her first business under the Kori McClurg brand. There was no reworking identity, no starting over, no questioning if it fit. It fit because the architecture was built for expansion. That's leverage. Expansion feels calm when your brand is clear. Then came the podcast. Same tone, same positioning, same authority. Launching it didn't require reinvention. It required execution. When your brand is cohesive, expansion feels calm, not chaotic. The acquisition most people wouldn't feel ready for. And then Kori did something most entrepreneurs wait years to feel ready for. She acquired a second business. We branded it Eat Your Own Way. This is where most founders fracture. They bolt on a second idea without structural clarity. But because Kori McClurg was already positioned as the authority umbrella, this acquisition didn't compete with her identity. It expanded it. You don't acquire confidently when your brand feels shaky. You acquire when your positioning feels solid.
I mean, I think it's made me feel like sky's the limit, and that, I can see this growing in a scale that I probably, if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have never said. And now I'm thinking, oh no, this is like a long-term, brand, and there's a lot of growth.
That confidence wasn't hype, it was infrastructure. The book wasn't the beginning, it was the result. The book wasn't the beginning of her journey, it was a milestone. Authority was already established, messaging was already clarified, visual identity was already consistent. So publishing wasn't risky, it was aligned. Speed doesn't come from rushing, it comes from removing friction. The work no one applauds. From the outside, this looks like ambition. From the inside, it was depth.
Yeah, I mean, all that upfront work, I love all your worksheets. I mean, at first you're like, what is all of this? But it's really so good. It forces you to think about things that you're like, oh yeah, I need to get this together. I need to really think about this a little more. And so that's, I mean, I think all that upfront stuff is really it, because one, it's a good challenge for me to really get clear in my head. But then also I think it helps communicate to you, like, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm about. And then, I think that just makes the end product more successful. Like, you're going to do more work, quote unquote, than you think when you hire a marketing firm. But it's absolutely necessary. I mean, that's how you get it clear in your mind, and that's how you concisely communicate to your marketing team of what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're trying to get out there.
Most entrepreneurs want speed, but few are willing to build structure, and that's the difference. Here's why that year was inevitable. Kori didn't launch 2 businesses, a podcast, and a book in less than 12 months because she worked harder. She launched them because she built leverage first. Clarity, positioning, visual authority, scalable architecture. That's what makes a year like that inevitable. If you want that kind of momentum, not just new assets, but real leverage, I offer a complimentary luxury brand audit. It's a one-on-one strategic call where we look at your positioning, your expansion potential, your blind spots, and what's actually slowing you down. If you want a year that compounds instead of stalls, book the call and let's have a real conversation about what's possible for you.